reports coming from a bomb shelter just like this. Take a listen.
And you guys over there in the world leaders, you are just watching this happening. Sanctions is nothing. Please protest, simple citizens. Please put pressure on your governments, on your presidents. Please let them know that you care. Because if the war so easily started here in Ukraine, in the heartland of Europe, very soon the war will knock at your doors.
Olena Ganes, kind enough to join us now. Olena, thank you. How are you holding up?
Yes, hello, I am with you.
How are you doing? How are your children?
We are fine, basically. Thank you very much for asking. So this is Darina, she's 5 months old. So this is Katya, she's 7 years old. This is Taras, he's 5 years old. And we're really hoping that it will all be okay, and we will be alive and happy, and we will be Ukrainian. My husband, the father, he just, right now he's with the other guys and ladies, he is fighting with the Russian aggressor. And Taras said that he thinks that daddy will not come back. And I told him, no, he will. So we are all right.
How are your children? How do they react? What do they think? What do you tell them? How are they holding up?
Our children are very wise and adaptive. We were very sincere to them when the explosions happened, and we just told them that the war started with Russia, that Russia attacked us. So we clearly explained what's happening here. And they're doing very well. They understand what's happening. What surprises me is that the world leaders do not understand what is happening, and they are more like children, because what is happening is terrible. The aggressor, Russia, attacked Ukraine without any reason for this, simply because they want us to be their territory. And they couldn't take us by any talks or, something like this. They decided to take us by force. They will not control us. Ukrainians will not surrender. But they will try to just eliminate, to kill at least 60% of Ukrainians. And 40% that will be left, they will try to control them. And I beg you, please don't let this happen. Obviously, you see what is happening. They are just killing us. You say that...
How many, Olena, are in that... I'm sorry, Olena, how many are in the shelter there? Are you able to tell us? Or?
Just please, one more very small thing. I say that how much my life costs, how much the life of these children costs. Billions is not enough to save us. So please intervene and do something with force, because I'm sure that you can do this. And Russia do not understand diplomacy. They say they will not attack, and they did. So do not trust Russia. Just hit them back by...
All right. All right, we had some feed problems there. Olena Ganes, as you can imagine, and we're hearing this from a good many Ukrainians, the talk of aid and all, and whether it's forthcoming or whether it's a matter of days or weeks, even in the schemes of days, they don't think that's enough. But I think Olena is back with us. Olena, when you say you need help, the money is one thing, but you really want to see soldiers, right? You'd like to see more foreign military intervention on your behalf, on behalf of Ukrainians?
Yes, I'm asking for military intervention. Russia violated all our legal system, all international laws, all possible international laws. Don't please allow the genocide to happen here. This is what they want to do this. They tried to do this in 30s when there was great famine here in Ukraine, and many Ukrainians, millions of us, were killed by starvation. Now they want to kill even more of us to control us, okay? So they just want to take us by force and control. Don't please prevent the new genocide of Ukrainians here. And the only way how you can do this, only by force. I never wanted anyone to kill anyone. I am the most peaceful person in the world, and Ukrainians are. But they are just coming and they are just killing us. So please stop them. Please come and save us.
Olena, if you don't get military help from the outside, then what?
60% of us will die, 40% will survive, and hopefully we will be again the nation, but in some hundreds of years, because we already were coming through this with Russia in the history. Yeah, you learn the history. But you know what really is shocking is that we are repeating the history of the Second World War, when everybody was playing games with Hitler, when he just invaded small Poland, and everybody thought, okay, Hitler will not be hungry anymore after he takes a piece of Poland. You remember what happened next? Hitler didn't stop until he was stopped. Putin is the same. He will not stop until he is stopped. He doesn't want Ukraine because it's his historical heritage. He wants the waterway, he wants more territories. He is already talking about Baltic states and Finland and so on. So, guys, you will be the next. Stop the war while it's happening here in Ukraine on our land. We know how it feels. The same was in the First World War and in the Second World War. Read the history. Ukrainian land was cases, was the battlefield, and many of our people were dying. Right now, again, we are ready to die for the sake of our freedom and independence and just to be Ukrainians. But maybe this time we can react faster. Maybe in the 21st century, we became smarter, yes, and we can prevent genocide, but not to express condolences that it happened, and not to say we are so much concerned that it's happening. Let's just act urgently now.
Olena, if Vladimir Putin were to take over your country, he would probably install a government, a puppet government, sympathetic to him. How would you feel about that?
I would feel that I'm betrayed and the world is just falling into the hell. And this is just catastrophe, not only for Ukraine, but for the whole world. This is the collapse of democracy. This is the collapse of our values. This is the collapse of our civilized, diplomatic, and normal world in the West that we've been building for so long after the Second World War. So we will be back. You see, we will be at least 1 century back just because we couldn't stop Russia in time.
Olena, how are you and your family and others there dealing with just getting access to food? We're told grocery store shelves are increasingly running out of items, if not outright empty, that just getting basic stuff is getting tough. Is it for you and your children?
So far, we have some food, and a couple of days will be fine. Today, for some hours, the shops, the grocery stores were opened, and people went to the shop and buy something. I want to say that people are very calm. They do not have panic. They really understand what's going on, and we are doing everything is needed to help our soldiers, our men and women to fight the aggressor, to defend us. And we believe in our army and that everything will be fine. I had a trouble today because Darina, she has breathing problems. And today I was out of very important medications to make breathing inhalations for her. So it was a risk that she will not breathe. And I rushed through all the pharmacies. Most of them were closed, but yes, I was happy to find one. And there was a long queue of people. And I told, please let me come first because my baby needs urgent medications. And everybody said, yes, go. Everybody, you see? And I came and I bought needed medications and she had it. So people are helping here each other. We will do everything is possible to survive, yes, and to help the world to stop Putin. But we need your help too. We can do this together. Yes, only Ukrainians. We are too small and we are too not aggressive. Yes, we are farmland. So we need help, physical help, like force, not only weapons, but we need peacekeepers to make peace here from the West. Because what Putin says he is doing peacekeeping here or something. He is killing us and says because he brings peace to Ukraine, right? Stop him, please.
Olena, from what we hear, the Russians are very close to taking the capital. Now, they've run into all sorts of resistance from your husband among them. But if they take over the capital, The feeling seems to be they won. The country is theirs. What does your husband tell you? What are your fears after that?
My husband didn't tell me much. He told me, I love you. That's all I need to know. I told him, I'm proud of you, and I love you too. Now, what are the feelings? The feelings that we will fight till the last blood. You know, those people who were afraid already left here. Many people fled, and I'm very happy for them. I wish them to get to the safe place, you know, and be okay and have a chance to come back to their homes after this nightmare ends. People who left here, we are ready to fight till the last blood. Those guys, they told us that stay in the bomb shelter as long as needed. And when we open you up, we hope that it will be us who will open you from the bomb shelters. We just need to stand there. So we believe that they will.
Olena, if you could speak to President Biden, what would you tell him? What would you ask him?
Mr. President Biden, if you stop Russian aggression, if you stop aggression of Vladimir Putin right now, with a very serious, with a very concrete decision to intervene immediately with all the needed forces and prevent the genocide and prevent catastrophe and prevent the Third World War, you will be the best man in the world. You will be a person who will be a part of big history. The president who stopped the global catastrophe, who prevented the collapse of democracy in the world, the collapse of humanity. I'm sorry, my English is not good enough to express what I'm really thinking, but I'm saying that he will be really a big person, you know, and Americans and Western people, and we as humanity, we will be really smart, intelligent people, you know, that prevented many deaths, prevented many tyranny in the world. Yes, it's a very, very important moment right now, today, yes, how you behave. Because if you wait for some more days or some more weeks, that will be collapse. That will be, you will be defeated. We will go down, all of us. I mean, all of us in the world.
Olena, thank you very, very much. I wish the best for you, your beautiful children, including your 5-month-old there. Just beautiful. Please hang in there.
Thank you.
A lot of people are watching, and I hope people respond. But finish that thought.
Okay. I wanted to say that I want a happy end in this story, and it's still possible.
Thank you, Olena, very, very much. It could still happen. Olena, thank you very, very much.